thought it'd be a bit of fun for... Definitely... But I pretty much... I've done my makeup a bit differently today. It took me about 3 hours and I'm not even sure if I like it. I think it might look a little bit crazy, but let me know what you think. So I thought I would do a bit of a question and answer video. I'm just going to use an online random question generator on my phone and see what it brings up and answer some questions. Maybe I don't want to answer what questions come up, but we'll see what happens. Let's go. So first question, what did you do for last holiday, or what will you do for your next closest holiday? The last time I went on holiday was in February. I went to Milan with my boyfriend and it was over Valentine's Day, so it was a bit of a romantic city break and it was really nice, but it was a bit weird because it was just before coronavirus started spreading, and just after we left, Milan basically shut down and it became sort of an epicenter for the virus. So we had literally just come back home when that all blew up in Milan. So it was a bit crazy. It's a bit weird to look back on that holiday, but it was a really lovely trip and we just did some wandering and yeah. And then it was, what will you do for your next holiday? Well, things are a bit uncertain at the moment, so obviously with everything that's going on, we don't know when people are going to be allowed to go on holiday again. It's all a bit up in the air at the moment. I would love to go away again soon, but if I was going to choose, I think it would be somewhere hot again because I love a hot holiday. So next question. Why did you decide to do the work you are doing now? Well, funny story, I actually quit my job in around January, February time. I left my job because I wasn't really enjoying it anymore. I'd been there for 5 years, I'd sort of learnt how to do everything and I just wanted to do something different. It was just like a standard retail job and I wasn't going anywhere with it, so I just wanted to take a break, and then obviously this whole lockdown thing happened anyway, so I would have been out of work and staying at home anyway, so that hasn't made much of a difference. But I am enjoying the break from work regardless, and hopefully when the lockdown's over I'll be able to get back into something that I'm more interested in. Yeah, so we'll see. What do you regret not doing? That's a good question, quite a deep question. So I probably regret not saying yes to more things, and I feel like I could have experienced more if I just said yes to going out and doing different things that I probably said no to. I do experience anxiety and I do find it hard to go out sometimes and be as extroverted as a lot of my friends are, so that does impact my social life sometimes. I am really good sometimes and I do go out and I enjoy myself, but there are a lot of things I have turned down as well. But at the same time, it is important to listen to yourself, listen to your body, and know when to take some time out and to just look after yourself. This is a fun one. What about the opposite sex confuses you the most? There's a lot that confuses me about the opposite sex. So if I had to pick one thing that confuses me the most, and it's quite difficult to pick one thing, then it would probably be boys not knowing what they want, or giving mixed signals and sort of suggesting they want one thing and then not actually really knowing and just ending up hurting a girl's feelings, really. But there are more things that confuse me, so it's a shame I had to limit it to one. Disclaimer, my boyfriend is a lovely human being and I'm very happy with him. Do you like reality TV shows? Why or why not? If so, which ones? I don't really like reality TV. I think some of it, well, I think generally I don't really like reality TV, but I do really like Love Island. I've watched most series of it except the January one or the winter one, the Winter Love Island. So I have been really into that every summer. That's probably the one that I enjoy the most out of reality TV. What small thing makes you angrier than it should? If we're talking about pet peeves here, I actually get really annoyed and angry by loud eaters. I feel like this is something that a lot of people can relate to, but someone just eating with their mouth open, making really loud noises, just really irks me. I really don't like it. It makes my blood boil, makes me a little bit angry inside, very angry. So yeah, I'd probably have to say that one. Is there any art or artist you are really into? So I'm actually a really big fan of this songwriter comedian called Tim Minchin. I don't know if a lot of people have heard of him, but he was also in Jesus Christ Superstar, and he has written the music for Matilda the musical. So it's probably not a very popular choice, but I just think he's so clever and so funny, and if you like the idea of music and comedy together, definitely check him out. Maybe don't check him out if you're religious or anything like that, because he does take the mick a bit out of religion and things like that, but I find him funny. The last thing you ate is now the only thing you can eat. How soon do you die? Well, the last thing I ate was hash browns. I could live off hash browns for quite a long time, but I don't think they'd keep me going for very long, so I'd probably die within half a year or so, but I'm not unhappy about having to eat that for the rest of my life. As you get older, what are you becoming more and more afraid of? Well, just getting older generally I'm not too much of a fan of. I'm 25, so I do feel like I am getting older anyway, and that scares me a little bit. I honestly don't know where the last 5 years have gone. I still feel 20, so yeah, that does scare me a bit. How many other countries have you visited? I've visited quite a few. I don't know exactly how many, but around 16 or 17. I'm really lucky to have been to so many amazing places, but I'd love to visit even more. What's the too long didn't read description of your last relationship? Bad choices were made. What song always puts you in a good mood? Probably have to say Dancing in the Moonlight by Top Loader. It's just such a feel-good song, and I just feel happy every time it comes on. What animal are you surprised isn't extinct yet? Probably sloths. They move so slowly, and how do they even procreate? I don't even want to know, but yeah, I'm kind of surprised they aren't extinct yet. I mean, what keeps you up at night? Ooh, that's a whole separate conversation. Do you like horror movies? Why or why not? I do like horror movies. I don't really like gore though, so I'll watch creepy sort of thriller type movies and I really enjoy those. But I don't like things like Saw with loads of bloody gory scenes. I just makes me cringe and I can't watch it. I have to put a pillow over my eyes so I can't see it. So I do like watching horror movies, but only those particular types of ones, but sadly no one really ever wants to watch them with me. My boyfriend doesn't like horror movies and I don't want to watch them on my own, so I never really end up watching them. What food have you never eaten but would really like to try? This is a bit of a weird one, but I'd really like to try a deep fried Mars bar. I know they are more popular in Scotland. I think that's where they come from or originated, but I'm just really curious to see how it tastes. I know I like Mars bars, I know I like deep fried things, so it must be delicious. So yeah, I'd really like to try that at least once in my life. What small things brighten up your day when they happen? Probably my cat doing cute things. He brightens up my day when he just stretches or lies in a cute position, or do you know what's the best? When, got really excited then, when cats do that thing when they lie in the position where they look like they have no legs and they're just a little furry loaf. That's my favourite thing, so that brightens up my day when my cat does that. Hands down the best. What is your go-to TV show when you can't find anything else you want to watch? Definitely Don't Tell the Bride. It's just easy watching. Oh, that's another reality TV show, isn't it? And I love watching how the grooms come up with such ridiculous ideas and how they always somehow seem to get away with it. And the bride always seems to forgive them and love everything they've done. But yeah, it's just one of my favourite things to watch. How many siblings do you have? I have 4 brothers technically. I live with 2 of them. I'm the only girl, but I actually like being the only girl. I don't know if I would get on with a sister. So yeah. What would the exact opposite of you be like? Probably really loud, really outgoing. I tend to think of myself as being quite a quiet person, quite introverted, so yeah, I think the opposite of me would have to be someone that is just out all the time, really loud. Probably be someone who is really into sports as well, because I am not into sports. I was never into PE at school, so yeah, I am not a sporty kind of person. So yeah, I think they'd have to be a loud, sporty, outgoing kind of person. Yeah. What's the strangest movie you have ever seen? Definitely Human Centipede. Why was that even thought up in the first place? I don't think I've seen the whole thing. I've seen bits of it, but that was enough for me, because just why? Why? What game or movie universe would you most like to live in? I think it would be really cool to live in the Harry Potter world. To be able to do magic and spells and stuff like that would be really cool. What foods do you absolutely hate? I don't actually hate a lot of foods. If I had to name the only things that I don't eat, it would be celery. Disgusting. If you like celery, then I don't agree with you. I also don't like licorice, and I won't eat. I used to not like coriander, but I actually eat it a bit more now, if I can't taste it too much. So yeah, pretty much just celery and licorice I don't like and I won't eat. But I pretty much eat everything other than that. I eat a lot. What's your favourite drink? Now, do you mean alcoholic drink or non-alcoholic? I think my favourite non-alcoholic drink is iced tea. It's delicious and it reminds me of holiday. My favourite alcoholic drink would just have to be probably any kind of cocktail. Love a cocktail. I love pina coladas, woo-woos, sex on the beach, espresso martinis, mojitos, pretty much all kinds of cocktails. What's your favourite restaurant? I think it would have to be Yo Sushi, because I love sushi and Japanese food, so maybe that, or Wagamama's, or just some kind of Japanese restaurant, because sushi is life. So that was a bit of a weird selection of questions, but I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned a bit about me, and I'd love to know your answer to some of the questions in the comments. Give it a like if you did enjoy it, and subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you in the next one.